Recess with Moms. I'm Sydney, and this is Sonia, and we are moms first and teachers second.
In this podcast, we dive into everything from parenthood and teacher life to balancing all the chaos in between. We'll share the highs, the lows, and plenty of laughs along the way. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, or just in need of a good laugh, this is a place for you.
In today's episode, we will be talking about all the joys of parenthood and what that brings. So grab some snacks, a drink of your choice, and let's get into it.
One of our biggest pet peeves as parents is how people are so hyper-focused on the downfalls of parenthood.
Today, we want to do the opposite. We want to focus on the beauty of being a parent.
Yes. All right, so let's just begin with, let's say even today. Is there anything you experienced today that you'd like to share with other people that are not parents or parents to be?
There's just so much. There's so much. The amount of love and joy that being a parent brings is just insane.
Yeah.
You know, I got my hair cut recently. Okay.
Super cute, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks. And I was really nervous about it because my oldest one is super sweet and she's just always been that way. My youngest one is very picky, so she doesn't like it when I wear my glasses instead of contacts. Like, that's not her mom, you know?
Okay.
Like, she doesn't know me. So I was nervous going in with this haircut, right? But the best thing that ever happened was she just gasped. So first of all, she's like running like, "Mommy," and then she goes, "Oh!" And she takes my face in her cute little 2-year-old chubby fingers and says, "Mommy, you're so beautiful." And she's like, "Your hair, you're so beautiful."
Yeah, make me cry.
And I sobbed.
Yeah.
Because if you would have seen me after this haircut, I sent Sonia the inspiration.
Yes.
It was totally not what I got. And I'm not saying it wasn't cute and stuff. It was just a shock at the moment. And I was really in my feels about like this being a wrong move and how she grounded me in that second. Like, she was like, "You're beautiful. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's just hair, Mom." Like,
yeah.
That's what it felt like, even though she's obviously not doing that.
But it's
deepness.
true, though.
But
She's
it's,
right. Yeah.
yes, it's just, about killing me.
Okay, well, now I have to share mine that I experienced today. That's kind of similar.
Okay.
But I was like brushing through my oldest hair, and she has really, curly,
Beautiful.
thick hair. So I was just like thinking, like, gosh, like I really want her to like really appreciate her natural beauty. And every time, like, I really hype her up. Oh gosh, like that's tan hermosa, you're a beautiful girl, and this and that. So anyway, I was going to get ready for this episode, and I almost straightened my hair. I was about to straighten my hair, which as you know, I've been trying to avoid straightening it because my hair is naturally curly, wavy.
She has beautiful curls.
But it's damaged, so I need to take care of it. So anyway, I was going to straighten, and I was just like looking at myself. I said a cuss word, and I'm not gonna say it, but I was like, forget this. I'm gonna go natural. And because if I want my daughters to be proud of their natural beauty, then I need to show them my natural beauty, and I need to own my natural hair and, things like that. So anyway, I got ready. I come out to the living room, and she's like, "Mama guapa!" Which means like, "Oh, Mom, like not beautiful, but like, what's the word? Like just like handsome, but like for a woman, like so basically
like,
beautiful."
Like a stud, but like
yeah.
How would you say that as a woman? I don't know.
And then her little sister followed, of course, and she's like, "Ma, like mamá bien bonita," and I'm just like, okay. Had I straightened my hair, I don't think I would have gotten that reaction. And I told my husband, I was like, wow, like that was so worth it.
Aww.
Like I wasn't even anticipating like for them to hype me up, but I loved every second of it.
That's the best part. They're literally your little hype, hype people.
They are. They're little cheerleaders.
They are, because they love you. They love you for who you are.
And which brings us to another thing that we love about parenthood is they copy what you do. So if you hype them up, which I've seen you hype up your children, they do the same for her.
Same.
Yes. So they just become like these little mini yous. They're like they're their own person, but you see a lot of you in them. So I love that
because they repeat our behavior, and they also repeat what we say.
Yeah. Yes, they do. That's really fun too about parenthood.
That is a joy, though.
It is a joy,
repeating
for sure.
what you say. I you don't realize what you say until you have little minions behind you,
Yes.
you know, and like stuff like that. Because I catch myself when I'm really frustrated or when I'm angry. I'm like I do this all the time, right? I'm like, and I'm like, Jesus, I need you. Like I'm struggling, and I just need you right now. Well, Amelia, my oldest daughter, got so upset the other day because, you know, the baby's behind her and messing with her stuff and her toys or whatever, and she's getting frustrated. And she's at this point where I'm like watching. Is she gonna yell at her?
Yeah.
And you know, like get angry, or is she just gonna walk away? Like, what is she gonna do? And she goes, Jesus,
Aww.
I need you. And you know how fulfilling that was? That joy? Because she could have screamed. And then that would have been like a shock to me, like, oh, maybe I'm screaming too much when I'm frustrated.
And she's also a kid.
Yes. But you know, but you also repeat what you say.
Yeah,
so you're always wondering, like, do I do these bad habits or
not?
Yeah. So when she said that, I was like, wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm doing a good job.
You are doing a good job. You are doing it. And I think that's one of my favorite things about parenthood is you're doing, like, we are doing so much better than we think that we are, because we're seeing them like reenact us or like just take up their own little personalities, and they're doing good. So I think that's one of my biggest joys too, is kind of just seeing like, wow, like the work I'm putting in is absolutely worth it. Which brings me to, you know, they repeat everything. Well, they do repeat everything, because, you know, my hubby, he likes to use those adult words. And he tries not to, of course, but sometimes it does come out. Yeah. And sure enough, like, the girls are playing, and like my little one, who's 3, will naturally say a cuss word very nicely. Like, it makes so much sense to what's happened. She's dropped the toy.
So she's even using it in the right context.
Yes. So I know it's bad, obviously. Like, I don't want my 3-year-old cursing, but at the same time, me and my husband are like, that was so cute.
But you have to walk away at the same time.
Oh my
yes, I feel that.
So we're like, hey, like, we don't use adult. Those words are for adult. She's tiny. She doesn't know. She's like, okay, like, so it's not a big deal, but at the same time, it's like, it's kind of cute though, because I see
think it's
like,
hard
my
for
husband.
I think it's hard for men to do that though, because my husband does that too.
Yeah.
Jordan will be like, oh, shh, you know, and here comes my youngest running behind them, and she'll stub her toe or whatever, and she said, ah, shh.
Yes.
And I'm like,
yes.
And then I try not to have a reaction because it is funny, and they're
funny.
cute little
boys. It's
but
so
then
cute.
you're also like,
you don't want them going to school, obviously, and repeating it. Like, we get that, you know, we get that. But
then,
at home, it's funny.
It is funny. But then there's me looking at my husband like,
well, my little one started saying a lot, oh my gosh. And we do, unfortunately, like, I do say it a lot. And so now we've told them, hey, like, let's try not to say that. But me and my husband, like, we're still, like, we're trying not to, but we say it. And my little one, Mama, Papa, eso no se dice. You don't say that. I was like, we're sorry.
Like, she's checking you. She's holding you accountable.
Yeah.
Oh, but I love it,
so,
though.
Yeah, it is really cute. So, do you want to go next?
Okay, let's see. Okay. Well, another one that's my favorite. You know, my youngest sometimes does this a lot, but like in the middle of the night, you hear them restless or whatever in the baby monitor and stuff like that. Oh, what melts my heart every time is, I know you're tired and you're groggy and stuff, but like I hear, Mommy, and then when I don't answer, Mommy, I need you. I need you to hold you. And I'm like, oh, come on, you can hold me. I don't have the heart to fix that, like to say, oh, I need to hold, you need to hold me. No way. I love that she says, I need to hold you.
Yeah,
like,
that's so sweet.
It melts my heart every time. And then I think, you're so cute.
They're so cute. They're so stinking cute. One of my favorite things too is when they crawl into bed with you. Yeah. My 3-year-old, she's really independent, so she's more like fine. Yeah. My oldest, my 4-year-old, she loves coming back to bed with us. So she'll fall asleep in her bed, and around 2 a.m., she ends up back in our bed. And I don't feel her most of the time. It's not until I wake up in the morning and I turn around and she's like, Buenos dias. Good morning. I was like, oh, you came back. But she, like, now she won't wake us up. She used to, like, cry and be like, mama, papa. Like, but now she's just like, nope, I'm not going to wake them up. I just sneak in.
Aww.
So I do love that. It's one of those things where I'm just like, I know you're going to grow out of this one day. There's going to be a last time. So come to bed. Like, I don't know.
You're going to have this time. Like, we're not going to have this time again.
No.
And that's what stinks. So I'm all for soaking up those little moments as much as you can.
Yeah.
You know, like the whole running to the door.
Yeah.
You know, when you open that door and they hear you and you're like, I'm home. Or sometimes I'll vocally say I'm home or like, mommy's home, because I just love them with their little feet pitter-patting.
When you hear it.
Screaming like you're some type of superstar. Mommy! And then Mari, like my youngest one, she's like, Mommy, you come back to me, as if I've deserted her for like a long amount of time. But it's just so cute. Yeah. I just love it. And I know you love it too.
I love it too, girl, every day. Or even if I like go exercise in the garage. Well, I come in the garage. You know I'm here. But you know, I feel like a superstar when I come back. Mama! And they both like run. I'm like, this is the best. Like, I could just freeze time and replay, because it's gonna all go away.
It will, and it's sad. It's just such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I could go down that way.
I know.
Okay, so when we went shopping earlier, we went to IKEA, guys, to build a bookshelf. When we went to IKEA today, Mari's gotten to this point, my youngest has gotten to this point where she is a big girl, right? She doesn't want to be in a cart. She doesn't want to do any of that. She's 2, so we're like taking over the world and everything.
Of course she is.
She's a feisty one, that one.
Have you met her mother?
That's the problem. She is like an exact replica of me. So we're going to butt heads in the future, I'm pretty sure. But I'm hoping we don't, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're crossing the street and she'll be like, Mommy, hold my hand. Because she knows, like, we have to hold hands or you have to be safe and all that stuff. She'll be like, hold my hand. And then you see those cute little tiny fingers. You're like reaching up for your, and I'm like, okay, yes. And then I'll ask her, I even asked her, can I hold you? And she was like, no, I don't need to hold you right now. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just take your hand.
Yeah.
And their cute little hand in your
I
hand.
know.
See, these are the small joys that I feel like sometimes
they get forgotten.
Yeah.
And that's not true. They do not get forgotten.
They just
it's
taken for granted, maybe?
They're taken for granted, and for whatever reason, like, maybe it's just social media, maybe, that's just, like, hyper-focused on, like, the lack of sleep, the blah, 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 like... No. Like, parenthood, you know, motherhood, I feel like it's still, like, special in its own way.
It is, yeah.
But it's, like, parenthood is everything. It's such a privilege.
Being parents, yes.
Being parents is such a privilege, and I think sometimes we scare people that are not parents yet, or even people that are going to be parents. Like, we say like the wrong things sometimes. It's like, I don't understand. I don't get that. Why are we?
The advice quotes.
I can't.
The advice that's given. Yes.
Yes, it's like no. I think
I know when I used to get that, I used to get really disheartened and feel really sad about it. That's not what I want new moms that are already moms to feel. Like, parenthood is so amazing.
It is so amazing, and when you haven't been a mom, you really don't know what to expect. So you take everything that people are saying literally, and you hold it to heart. Because
you want to be prepared.
Yes, because you want to
be shocked.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think there's so much more good that I wish that was the focus to new parents. And I don't think it's blinding them. Like, it's not. But it's just like, let's not scare them. Let's not. So.
You know what they're missing out on? They're missing out on that connection. That relationship that you build as soon as you have that baby. Because, like, you already have that. As a mom, you already have that in the womb and stuff like that. It's already there. But when you hold that baby in your arms, whether you're a dad or a mom, it is unreal. Like, the amount of emotions that flood through you, like, you're connected.
You're a completely different person.
Yes.
Like, you change.
Yes, you do.
For the better.
For the better. And that's the joy of being a parent. Yeah. And then those little moments, that feeling gets spread out throughout time. with the holding of the hand, with the whole "Mama, you're beautiful," all of that.
Yeah.
Like, it just brings us back to that feeling, and it's just so fleeting.
And I think like when it's people like parents to be, I think everybody focuses like on the first 2 months, or the first 2 weeks, but that's not everything.
No,
literally, that time goes by the fastest.
It really does.
The fastest, and it's just. But I feel like, at least me, when I was going to be a mom for the first time, that is as far as I could think. Was literally like the first 2 months, like nursing this and that, like the pressures of like what you want to do for your baby. So
you're new
to it.
Mm-hmm. You're learning.
Yes, it's so exciting. I'm like, if I could go back, if I could relive those hard, difficult times that were not that bad, I would do it as many times.
I would totally do it differently too.
Yeah,
I would be like, girl, you're okay.
Yes.
I know, I feel that. Well, and I love that you said like parenthood in general, because I know that we both have talked to our husbands about favorite parts and the joys of being a parent. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you want to share those or not.
Yeah, we can. I don't remember what. Another joy of parenthood is when you take your kids to the dentist.
Okay.
And they got 0 cavities still.
That's a win.
Yes! Like all your cousins got cavities. Not to compare. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't know if they do or not. But I could assume.
Okay, but as an educator, we know all the kids that have like
the silver teeth. Yeah.
And that's a stressor. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't let my kids have juice. And I let them have it maybe once a month. Maybe.
Yeah.
If that, because I'm really picky. And I don't like them eating candy and sweets either. So I think we're winning.
I think we're winning too. And I save those things like for like, if I know we're gonna go to a gathering, a party, whatever, like I know they're gonna eat it there. So we try to do that at home, where it's like, okay, we don't have this here, but it's party time, girl. You enjoy your Capri Sun.
But a lot of kids start young with sodas and stuff, and that's the parents' choice. That's the parents' choice, but not mine. And the reason why I don't like that is because of diabetes in my family.
Yeah.
And and then my husband has it. So like I just am trying to keep my kids good. And no cavities is a big deal.
It is. I didn't realize it until like I'm like, oh, okay.
I know. It opens your eyes, as an educator, I will say. Yes, for sure. Okay, but what about when your child picks teams? When they're like, team mom, on one point. I'm sorry, but my girls are team mom all the time.
I think mine are mostly me too. And I think, I'm scared to say this, but I think it will go away one day.
It probably will.
They're going to be daddy's girls.
Yes, they are. And you know what? My oldest is already kind of.
Aww.
It just makes me so sad. She's so obsessed with her dad right now. Like, and I love that. I love that. She's, I feel like when they're younger, they're super attached to you, because I know mine were breastfed for a while. So like that connection itself, they were more on me. But then, just because they just naturally gravitate, I think, to me. I don't know if it's because I'm like super present all the time, but no.
Maybe a maternal thing.
Maternally maybe, but no. She's starting to going on team dad, and I'm kind of like,
oh, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that when they do it.
Well, so the other day, for example, we were playing a game, because we know how to play Mario Party and stuff like that, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna be on team dad, because my dad is the coolest.
Excuse me?
Like, excuse me? I'm not cool? And she's like, Mom, you're cool, but you're just a little more strict than dad. And I'm like,
that's fair.
First of all, thank you. I am strict. I like hearing that, but at the same time, excuse me, I'm funsies.
Yeah.
But she totally.
I'll let you know when that happens over here.
I hope it never
does. I hope it never does.
For you, because Team Mom is the best.
Yes, and like something that I experienced today, which it's like every day. Sometimes I do feel a little bad, but for the most part, I'm like, nah. Yeah. He'll have his time. Carmen and Lily got into about a toy. They were playing tug of war with it, basically, and Lily got really upset. Started crying. It's like Arturo's here and me. We're both standing up. And then Arturo says, oh, come over here, Lily. And Lily sprints. And Arturo starts leaning down to to hold her. The girl runs past his arm, comes to me, mommy. So that's the kind of like team mom, because they're always gonna be like, they always want my comfort over his.
It's true though. Scrapes, bumps, like when they're upset. I love that.
You get on mommy. You get on mommy. I'm like, oh yes.
And then I am so bad because I know, like, sometimes Jordan gets really upset. You know, as you're, you know, probably hugging Lily and stuff like that. You're being so sweet and endearing with her. Sometimes I go to Jordan and I'm like,
oh yeah, I do it too.
That's right. This is on me.
I do it too. I have to gauge it though, because sometimes it really hurts his feelings.
Same, girl.
But sometimes it doesn't, and he's just like shakes his head and walks.
I do, yeah, you do have to be mindful. I have a sensitive man.
Yeah,
like he loves the girl so much. He is waiting to be on that number one.
It's gonna happen. And I always tell my husband, like, look, one day they're gonna be daddy's girls and they're gonna forget about me. He's like, you keep saying that. You always say that. I was like, it is going to happen.
No, it's going to happen.
Like,
and my daughter's getting there because she was sitting in the car the other day and she was like, Mom. I said, yes, Emmy. And she's like, you have a really great husband. He's a really great man. And I said, yes, he is.
She's Louise.
I said, he is. She's like, he's probably the best man. I said, yeah, he is.
She admires him.
She admires him that much. And she goes, I hope one day that my love match, because she calls, you know, her future husband a love match. That's a long story for another day. But she's like, I hope that my love match is like really close to daddy. Like, I hope he treats me like that. And I was like, thank you. Yeah. But since then, girl, she's always to Jordan.
Oh. That's so sweet that she notices like how like she respects and sees Jordan as a role model. And I think and that's why I tell my husband that like they're gonna be all over you. Just watch. Like they're gonna realize what a treasure I found for them.
Exactly, because you know, I not only did it for myself, but I did it for them too.
Yeah,
so,
I always have them in mind.
Yes.
Like,
this is the father of my future father of my children. Like, that's
Well, speaking of,
we did good.
We did do. Oh, we sure did. Look, it's probably one of my biggest flexes. It's my husband. Calm down if you're listening. I can't see their heads like big.
Deflate the heads. Okay. Yeah.
Well, speaking of our spouses, they also had a few things that they wanted to share about parenthood. So what are some of the things that Jordan shared with you?
Jordan, which is my husband, he said that he really loves seeing how we've molded them and how they're growing into their own personalities. You know, like, I mean, my oldest one is super kind and super caring, and the way that she chooses her words carefully. He's like, I can tell that you put in that work and the emotional work that she has and how she talks, but she's also her own self. So she's able to set the boundaries. Like, she's able to be sensitive and set boundaries, and it's been really cool to watch that transition. So, like, how you're raising them and seeing them grow into how you're raising them is one of his big ones. And then the other thing is like she's at that point, my oldest one is at that point now where she finds interest in what we're interested in.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really cool to see that too, because we're a huge musical family. And, you know, my daughter is like really into like all the musical stuff too. And it's really neat to see them both talk about it, because Jordan has perfect pitch. And we're finding that Amelia has perfect pitch as well. And so they'll play like these music perfect pitch games. It's ridiculous. But the joy that brings Jordan is like pretty cool.
Yeah, because it's his thing.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's really cute. It's really cute. Okay, what about
Wait,
no, sorry, I was looking at you and I didn't even say anything. Okay, so what did Arthur say?
He shared two big joys. He said that the first one is understanding like the unconditional love that he has for his daughters. So that to him is just like it hurts, like how much, like you can't even explain it. Like you just want to love them. Like it's just hard to explain. And he said that the second one was to basically kind of like you said, but watch them practice things that you've taught them. So like just even today during lunch, like we're just gonna eat, and then Camila's like, "Tenemos que rezar." Like we gotta pray to Jesus. So Arturo always looks at me and he's just like, "See, like that was us." I was like, "Yeah." So it's just those kind of seeing them grow these habits because we are the ones molding them. So similar to Jordan's, but I'm like, hey, those are good ones.
Which that always makes me happy too, because my girls are big on that too.
Yeah.
With praying, and Mari, well, my youngest will even. But that to me is awesome because it's not forced.
It's not.
It's just like these habits that like leading by example, like you said last time, that we're doing, and it's cool to see how we're leading by example, and then they're wanting to follow suit.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
Neat.
Yeah, it is really. Whenever those moments happen, like, gosh, those are the best. Those are probably some of the best moments. Like, wow, like I don't think as a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old I ever had those thoughts by myself. So it's kind of sweet. It's like, dang, you're a little girl. Like, oh, you got made with the parents you got.
For real though, they do. Like they do. It's really cool though, and it also is okay. This is another part. It's healing for me.
It is
to see that you are having a better childhood than I had. Not to say that I'm not grateful for mine. My parents worked so hard for me, and I'm so grateful for that. But you know, we could always get better as generations go on, and I hope that my girls make even better choices than I made parenting them, because I hope we can only keep growing. But it's so cool and so healing to see that we are not doing what we came from.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
That is one of the biggest, like you said, it's just like a whole healing process. And there's so many like things to that, because even things that we're able to provide.
Yes.
That, as you know, you said, like our parents did the best that they could with what they had, and it's just like providing that different, like even just like a routine of going to church. Like to me, that was always something that I didn't have, but it was also something my parents respected as I grew up, that I liked church. But now, like, these girls are little, they have a class, they meet these kids, they see their teachers, like, oh, like what a privilege that is. And I'm just like, heal. My soul, heal. Like,
and my thing is, like, my father never came to church. We all went to church, but not having that father figure come with us was kind of like disheartening.
Yeah.
But Jordan being super active and going, it is. It's such a healing process.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think that's, maybe that's one of, I don't know. Maybe we need therapy. I mean, but like, I think that's also one of the biggest joys. It is healing through. Like, I don't think we ever had the intention of doing that.
No.
I think it just naturally happens when certain, like, there's certain experiences that are like we're having, and we're just like, yes. Like, I remember one thing, oh gosh. Whenever I started shopping for the girls, like for clothes. Oh, I'm going to get emotional. And just shopping, and I was putting things in the cart, and I was putting things, and I like this, I like that. I remember, probably like once a year now, especially at the beginning of the year, I'll text my mom. Yeah. And I'll tell her, like, thank you for making sure I was independent. Thank you for making sure, like, I had a good head on my shoulders, because I found a husband that doesn't make me feel like crap for shopping for my daughters, or not feeling so tight in a budget that, like, even we stay within a budget still, but like I can still shop and not feel this fear that I put too many things in the cart because of my own childhood traumas. Like, you know, so it's just stuff like that. I'm just like, yes, like my daughters can't have this clothes, they can't have these things, and I think that's something that I never thought I would have as a parent. I never ever, and I'm just like, wow, like this is very healing. Like, it's like I get so much satisfaction of giving them what I couldn't have as a kid. That's deep, right there. It is deep.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not. Yeah. You're not purposely looking for it. It's true, and we talk all the time about all these things and all these triggers and all of
the triggers
and all of that stuff. Like, you know,
I've called Arturo even. I'm just, hey, like this is about to be like pretty expensive. He's just like, okay. I was like it's gonna be like this much, Arturo, and he's like, okay. He's like, the girls need them. What are you calling me for? It's just like, I'll explain later.
See, but that's because that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and it took me a minute too with the same type of situation to like really be okay with him saying it was okay, because I thought he was like not okay.
Yeah.
You know, the passive aggressiveness and overthinking all of that. And the fact that our girls don't have to think like that or have that is just a win.
We've gained them a privilege for sure. Like, even if they're not peers maybe, but we have like stepped them up a level. And then they're little right now, so I know we're gonna keep pushing them up and up and up. And yeah, that is a really big joy, I think.
Which is cool though, because they might be privileged, like, you know, the other kids might be privileged in all the other things, but they're privileged in the love.
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm just saying right now that we're pretty good moms because we are present. We are present. Yes. Like, we are here. They're never gonna not say that you never played with me.
Yeah.
Or you were never with me, like, doing something, or you're not my supporter, because they're not gonna have that. And I know that because we've already shown that.
Yeah,
like,
no, for sure. I think if I do any role right, like we wear so many hats, I think mother is one of my top. If not wife, wife sometimes falls just a little down. Yeah. But mom, I'm killing it.
I'm killing it.
Why are we so hard on ourselves? Because we want more for them.
Because we want more for them. You know that.
It's a good problem to have.
It is. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's because they bring us so much joy that we want to bring them so much joy. It's hard. Yeah. Being a mom is kind of hard. Be hard. Be a parent.
Yeah.
But there's joy in it.
There's way more joy than anything.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Well, y'all, this is what we came up in less than 5 minutes.
Sure did.
So there's so much joy that comes with parenthood. We could never fit it all into this episode.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of episode 5.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Recess with Moms.
We are so grateful to have you here with us.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Please feel free to contact us on social media. Our social media info is down below.
Until next recess.